A massive gas discovery near the Philippines could power millions of homes or spark a serious showdown with China. A major natural gas discovery just off the coast of the Philippines is shaking things up, and not just in the energy world. The find, called Malampaya East-1, sits near the country's long-running Malampaya gas field. On paper, it's great news. In reality, it's sparked fresh tension in the already volatile South China Sea. Why? Because this gas field lies inside the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. But China says otherwise. Manila announced the discovery as a big win for its energy future. The gas could help power millions of homes, stabilize the electricity grid, and cut the country's heavy reliance on imported fuel. That's a huge deal for a nation facing rising energy demand and high power costs. But almost immediately, Beijing pushed back, repeating its sweeping claims over large parts of the South China Sea. At the same time, the United States stepped in, backing the Philippines and reaffirming its support for Manila's sovereignty and resource rights. This puts the Philippines right in the middle of a geopolitical tug-of-war. The timing makes this discovery even more critical. Since 2001, the original Malampaya gas field has been a backbone of the country's energy supply, especially for Luzon, where most Filipinos live. But that field is running out. Production has been declining, and the clock is ticking. Malampaya East-1 could be the lifeline Manila desperately needs. Still, this isn't just about gas. It's about territory, influence, and power in one of the most contested regions on Earth. What happens next could reshape not only the Philippines' energy future, but the balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. The numbers alone are huge. This gas field is estimated to hold 98 billion cubic feet of natural gas, enough to boost the Philippines' energy supply for years. That means less dependence on imported oil and gas, and more control over energy at home. And the timing couldn't be better. The country is dealing with power shortages and rising electricity costs, putting pressure on households and the economy. These new reserves could be a game changer. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. called the discovery a monumental find, saying it strengthens the country's energy security and moves the Philippines closer to energy independence. In practical terms, this gas could help reduce power outages, lower costs, and keep key industries like manufacturing running smoothly. It could also attract new foreign investment into the energy sector. The government isn't wasting time. Officials have already announced plans to fast-track exploration and production, inviting international energy companies to help develop the field. But this discovery isn't just about energy. It also reopens one of Asia's most dangerous disputes, the South China Sea. The area is claimed by several countries, including the Philippines, China, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei. China claims most of the sea, including areas that clearly fall within the Philippines' territory. Those claims have been widely rejected, and in 2016, an international court ruled in favor of the Philippines, declaring China's claims invalid under international law. So while this gas field promises energy security, it also puts the Philippines right back on the front line of a much bigger regional struggle. Despite the 2016 ruling, China hasn't backed down. Beijing has continued to push its presence in the region, building artificial islands, setting up military bases, and sending more naval ships into contested waters. These moves have raised alarms, especially in Washington, which sees China's expansion as a threat to regional stability and global trade. That's where Malampaya East-1 comes in. The gas field sits well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, but it's close enough to disputed waters that China has taken notice. And in a region packed with vital shipping lanes and rich oil and gas reserves, every move matters. Manila isn't backing off. "We will defend our sovereignty over our exclusive economic zone," said Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo. Responding to China's objections, the message was clear. The Philippines will continue to assert its rights under international law. The government has confirmed it will move forward with exploration and development, pressure from Beijing or not. And the Philippines isn't standing alone. The United States has openly backed Manila, reaffirming its support for the country's right to explore and develop resources within its own waters. U.S. officials have also stressed the importance of freedom of navigation and respecting international law in the South China Sea. Secretary of State Antony Blinken summed it up plainly. The United States stands with the Philippines in defending its sovereignty and accessing its resources. As tensions rise, one thing is clear. This gas discovery has become more than an energy project. It's now a test of power, alliances, and international rules in one of the world's most strategic waterways. Washington's support sends a clear message to Beijing. The Philippines won't be pushed around. The U.S. has made it clear that any attempt to intimidate Manila or block resource exploration in its waters will face resistance. And this isn't just talk. The American military presence in the region is growing. The U.S. Navy has stepped up operations in the South China Sea, running freedom of navigation missions to reinforce that these waters are open to all nations. On top of that, the U.S. has deployed more forces to the region, including a carrier strike group led by the USS Abraham Lincoln, now operating in nearby waters. Senior U.S. officials have been blunt. China will not be allowed to control the South China Sea. Washington says it's committed to protecting international law and keeping vital sea routes open because these waters aren't just regional highways, they're global trade lifelines. This growing U.S. involvement is a direct response to China's military buildup. Its artificial islands, fortified bases, and expanding presence across contested Manila. But the support isn't only military. The U.S. is also backing the Philippines diplomatically, repeatedly calling on China to respect international law and the rights of countries to develop resources inside their own exclusive economic zones. China, however, isn't backing down either. Beijing has openly criticized the Philippines' gas exploration, repeating its claim that large parts of the South China Sea fall under Chinese control. Chinese officials continue to demand that exploration stop in areas they claim as their own. So now, what started as a gas discovery has turned into something much bigger, a power struggle between nations, navies, and world powers, playing out in one of the most strategic seas on the planet. China's response was immediate and firm. Despite the 2016 ruling from an international court in The Hague that rejected most of China's claims, Beijing insists the Philippines is in the wrong. A spokesperson from China's foreign ministry accused Manila of violating Chinese sovereignty and called on the Philippines to stop its exploration activities and enter talks with Beijing. At the center of this dispute is China's so-called nine-dash line, a sweeping boundary that covers almost the entire South China Sea, including waters near the Malampaya East-1 gas field. That line has been widely rejected by the international community for going far beyond China's legally recognized territory. The Philippines isn't backing down. Officials from the Department of Foreign Affairs say the country will continue operating within its exclusive economic zone, pointing directly to the 2016 ruling and its rights under international law. But this story goes far beyond one gas field. Malampaya East-1 has become a flashpoint in a much larger Indo-Pacific power struggle. The South China Sea is now one of the most contested regions on Earth, rich in resources, packed with shipping lanes, and claimed by multiple countries. At the heart of it all is the growing rivalry between the United States and China. Washington's increased focus on Asia, along with its security commitments to allies like the Philippines, plays a major role in maintaining the regional balance of power. China, meanwhile, continues to expand its military footprint, building bases, fortifying artificial islands, and pushing its claims through so-called gray zone tactics. As the Philippines moves forward with exploration, tensions between Beijing and Washington could rise even further. How other Asian nations and the broader international community respond will be crucial. So far, many countries have rallied behind the Philippines, condemning China's aggressive actions and calling for a peaceful, rules-based solution. For Manila, Malampaya East-1 is a major step toward energy security, but it also places the country squarely in the middle of a global geopolitical contest, one that will shape the future of the South China Sea, international trade, and energy markets for years to come. And despite the pressure, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has made one thing clear: the Philippines is standing firm, determined to defend its territory and protect its resources, no matter how powerful the opposition.